Hello, everyone, and welcome to my presentation on why people should buy older versus newer vehicles. The new and recently produced vehicle market is leaving people on the side of the road and in more repair periods than ever before. The cost is up and the quality is down. The reliability is low and the problems are high. People are having more issues than ever before with vehicles today, and it's not looking like it's going to change anytime soon. Big name companies are more interested in performance and efficiency based vehicles while putting reliability standards to the side. This is taking a huge toll on the average American's pocket. A new pickup truck on average costs over $55,000 for a low end trim option, such as the Ford XL work truck or the GMC SLE 1500 work truck, and it also has a lower chance of making it to 100,000 miles without major mechanical issues. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely willing to sacrifice some extra bells and whistles that seem to break frequently and get a lower mileage vehicle if you can find it, which they are still out there, that's made prior to 2010, maybe a little older or a little slightly newer, and know it's going to last much longer. My first issue here is with the quality control. One of the major issues with newer vehicles today is the quality control. Big name companies used to hold a higher standard for the control to stay on top of the market. But these days, it just seems like hundreds of recalls and band aid fixes are no problem to them. Toyota, as an example, has had an untouchable reputation for the past few decades for their consistency and the quality of the product. Since the year 2022, when they introduced their, I believe, third generation Toyota Tundra, it's had major recalls on the engine and it's slipped in quality. JD Powers is a company who takes in feedback from consumers and other distributors, and that gives ratings on quality control and to the auto industry makers. JD Power says that new vehicles are becoming more problematic, evidenced by the number of problems per 100 vehicles, abbreviated as PP100, rising as a record of 30 PP100 during the past 2 years. Worsening in quality control then leads into reliability issues with major mechanical parts of the vehicle. The second major flaw of why you should buy a older versus newer is the reliability standards. Reliability rating and feedback of a vehicle is a deciding factor for most people. People who don't consider that aren't really purchasing very smartly. Vehicles that often seem to have frequent mechanical issues and spend a lot of time in the repair shop are often avoided. In an article by Lemon Law Experts, they write about this class action lawsuit against General Motors that General Motors is facing. They go on to say that the class action alleges that the active fuel management lifters and dynamic fuel management lifters and the valve train systems in these vehicles are defective, causing the lifters to malfunction prematurely and fail. This is also abbreviated for AFM, DFM, for active fuel management, dynamic fuel management systems. This is only in their V8 engines, which affects half of their inventory in their half-ton pickup trucks and some of their diesel, but this is majority of their engines out there. The AFM and DFM failures have increased significantly since 2020 models. This is in only one of many examples that are happening out there today. 2 decades ago, GM was known to make a reliable vehicle that would last and also be bought for a great price, which leads into my next point, is the cost. The average cost of a pickup truck today is $55,000, as I said before. This is so crazy to believe to me because of many reasons. While a lot of this has to do with the inflation rates and the cost of materials, vehicle manufacturers are going crazy on the number of technical advancements that aren't really always necessary, in my opinion. Just to compare prices, the U.S. Department of Energy states that the average price of a used vehicle had between $6,000 and $9,000. Used to cost between $6,000 and $9,000 until 2011, when prices rose above $9,000 for the first time. New vehicle prices were also at an all-time high in 2011, when they averaged above $25,000 for the first time. They're simply stating that we could go and buy a brand new vehicle today for less than 25 grand, while today a used vehicle costs that price or more depending on the mileage on it. It could cost double. I personally can't justify buying a brand new vehicle for an insane price like that, knowing these facts. A vehicle is an object that consistently depreciates. The smarter decision would be to put that difference in money into an asset such as a house, and you can still come out with a more dependable vehicle. In conclusion, all these points with these facts now presented to you, I would like all of you watching this to question whether you should buy a newer or older vehicle. Question yourself on what's more important to you. Is it extra technology that can potentially break down the road, or is it a simpler and more dependable vehicle that has some mileage on it but costs less as long as you keep up with the maintenance? It's not just a question defined by your finances. Define it by what's smarter and where to put your money where it's worth sitting. Thank you for all your time.